boxing is a noble art. Very few people or former participants can articulate the perceptions.
Right.
The perceptions are very good for kids, very good for the community. Why? Because effectively, to become a good fighter, it teaches you have to live by way of the prerequisites.
Mm-hmm.
The prerequisites to success,
Right.
or the prerequisites that makes you whole. If you embody, if you practice these principles, then it's almost elementary that you'll become a good fighter.
Right.
So these prerequisites are very good manners, or manners. Respecting your elders, trusting your parents,
Mm-hmm.
okay, respecting the community at large. Okay, so dignity, integrity, kindness and consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the application of common sense is probably one of the most powerful virtues within these prerequisites. Why? Because force never works.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always relenting.
That's true.
Now you may say, well, how does that tally up to, being a good fighter? Well, it means you stay in the gym. It means you don't use it outside of the gym.
Right.
It means that you never take advantage of anyone. It means that you're not a bully.
That's true.
And effectively, it is holistic. It teaches you to be a proper person. Okay, so the art and the craft, you actually become a better fighter, a better sportsman, or a better person by implementing these, again, prerequisites. Ultimately, when you win the championship of the world, what good is the championship of the world if you're behaving like a fool?
Right. That's true.
If you're behaving as though you're bigger than anybody else, or that you're stronger than everybody else. All of these prerequisites teaches you to be humble.
Exactly.
Okay, and if you're humble and you can fight, and you can be gentle, then it makes you a bigger star in the eyes of the public.
That's exactly true.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so I think it's good for the community at large, and speaking and living these perceptions has done nothing but good for me during my lifetime.
Yeah.
All the time I've been boxing.
You're a legend.
So, I mean, okay, and even with that, I would say, really, all I've done is what I was supposed to do. And they give me this name, legend. I'm not a legend, I'm just a guy.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand what you say, but when you do when you live correctly, you win. And even when you lose, if you behave correctly, you still win.
Mm-hmm.
When you lose with your head held up high and with your eyes wide open and you accept defeat like an adult, people admire this type of behavior.
That's right.
What they don't admire is when you start being belligerent.
Exactly.
Okay.
They respect you.
Yes.
For sure.
So all of these principles are taught within boxing. And how do I know? It worked for me.